Hey everyone, this is David B. And in this video, I wanted to try something different. Most of my videos are very carefully written and edited, and then I record them and include the transcript. But in this video, I just wanted to talk in a natural way. And I think that maybe it's a different style of English. It's not as polished. I won't do a large number of retakes if I make mistakes or I'm not very fluent. So hopefully this will give you some practice just hearing the way that I speak naturally. And the topic I want to talk about is actually something that's a little bit sad. And one of my hobbies, as many of you know, is birds. And actually, it's also my job. I work as a biologist. I count migrating hawks. And the one thing when you're interested in birds and birding is that a lot of the people that you know are older, especially when you're involved with bird clubs. There's a lot of older people who are interested in birds, even if they're not necessarily birders who are going out a lot looking at birds. Just a lot of older people have an interest in the birds that come to their house, to their bird feeders. And unfortunately, within the past few days, 3 different people that I know through birding have died. So I just wanted to give some of my thoughts about that. The first one was a woman whose husband comes to a lot of the local bird walks. And when I say bird walks, these are events held by our local bird club where a leader leads the group and identifies the birds that we see. We go to a park or some other location, and we're looking to see what birds we can see. So her husband came to a lot of these, and she's been in poor health for a while, and actually she had ALS. And but I remember sometimes we'd be on these bird walks, and she would be on the phone with her husband, and he'd put her on speakerphone. And her thing, and I should say her name was Judy. Judy's thing was she was always telling jokes. So if we talked about an oven bird, she would ask, is it a gas oven or an electric oven? Like she always had some clever joke she would come up with. And so ALS, of course, is a terrible disease with no cure. And her health had been deteriorating for quite a while. And she had been in a wheelchair for, I don't know, maybe the past couple years. So it was sad to hear that she had finally passed away. The second person that died was a woman named Paulette, who I knew because she was actually on the board of directors of our local bird club for maybe about a year. I don't know. It wasn't a long period of time. She joined, and then because of some health issues, she had to leave the board. And it turned out that she had cancer. And so she also died. I think it was the same day that I found out that Judy died. It was like I woke up in the morning and saw that Judy died. And then right before going to bed that night, I saw an email that Paulette had also died. So that was not a good day, 2 deaths. And actually, when I knew that 2 people had died, I was thinking of that quote, deaths always come in 3s. So I was kind of thinking, oh, is there going to be a 3rd death? And then a day or 2 later, I found out that a woman that I knew named Elsa, she also died. And Elsa was someone that I knew when I worked in New Jersey a couple years ago. About 2.5 years ago, I worked at a hawk watch in New Jersey for a couple months. And Elsa and her husband had been involved with that hawk watch for more than 30 years. And both of them are getting older now and having some health issues, not able to walk up the steps to the hawk watch anymore. But they definitely were there to support me during that time. I always say they treated me like I was a grandson. I mean, calling me to make sure everything was okay, taking me out to dinner, giving me a bird book, just really good ambassadors for the hawk watch, really great people. And so when I knew Elsa, it was obvious that, she was getting older and was having some health issues. So, but I wasn't aware of the status of it. But she also passed away just a couple days ago. And but it was nice to see a lot of the birders I knew from that area said a lot of very nice things about her and what an impact she made to the birding community and the hawk watching community. She was just so great at working with people and working with kids and getting them interested in nature. So I think all of us can aspire to that when we die, we can only hope that people say things like that of how great of a person we were and what a big impact we made at the things that we were passionate about. So if you're still listening, if you made it this far, thank you. I just wanted to get a quick video up and get some of these thoughts off of my chest. And again, it's just very strange because so many people that I know are older, in their 60s and 70s and older, and I just turned 30 myself. And so it's a little bit of the realization of how much time do we actually have in life, and how many of the other people I know who are those ages, maybe they're not going to die soon, but over the next 10 years, how many of my friends are going to die? So it's just a very sad topic, but that's the way life is, and there's nothing we can do about it. So thank you all for listening, and this is David B., and I will continue making videos as I have time. I also started another YouTube channel with bird identification videos, so a lot of my time has been spent working on those as well. So this is David B. Thanks for listening.